guys, it is Joseph Rackets here from josephracketsfitness.com. Now today, in this video, I'm going to be showing you my top 5 tips for getting a bigger back. Tip number 1, we're going to do a lat pull down. Now the tip that I'm going to share with you here is we're going to be using a close grip. Now the reason I'm going to be using a close grip is so my elbows stay in front of my body. The reason I'm doing this is so I can activate the lower lat. Now when you're doing a normal pull down, most of the time you're doing a wide grip. When you're doing a wide grip pull down, when you pull the bar down, what happens is your elbows come behind your back. So what ends up happening is you work a lot of your upper back and your lower lat misses out on a lot of the activation as you're not pulling from the insertion point. The tip that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today, tip number 1, is some of the times when you're performing a lat pull down, use a close grip. So we're going to be using a close grip, keeping our hands close together on the straight part of the bar, and when we're pulling down, we're keeping our elbows in front of our body. So what this is going to do, you're going to be pulling from the lower lat. You're really going to develop that lower bit of your lat, and that is going to help you with your V taper. So I'll take you through one of my sets right now. That is tip number 1, guys. Alright guys, tip number 2 for getting a bigger back. We're doing reverse behind the head pull downs. Now first off, I just want to let everyone know, if you've got some RC issues, your rotator cuff issues, then this is probably not an exercise that you want to be doing, as it is very hard on your rotator cuffs. However, if you don't have any rotator cuff injuries or issues, then this is a very good exercise that you want to be performing. The reason being because it heavily activates the middle and lower traps, which is the middle part of your back that often doesn't get activated too much when you're doing other exercises as your bigger muscle groups such as your lats are taking over. So this exercise here, we're doing a wide grip, reverse, behind the head pull down, and it activates that middle and lower traps. One of the best exercises for developing and building the middle back. So instead of sitting on it frontwards, we're actually sitting on it reverse. We're using a wide grip for this one, and we're pulling the bar down behind our head. And that is tip number 2, guys. And again, if you've got any rotator cuff issues, this is an exercise that you want to stay well clear of. Alright guys, tip number 3 right now. I'm doing seated cable rows. Now, the normal way that most of you have probably been taught how to do this, even the way that I was taught how to do this, I studied to be a personal trainer, was keep your body perfectly straight, keep your form, you know, black and white. Now, what happens when you do this? Keep your form perfectly still. Just pull through like this. What ends up happening is you're basically just pulling all of that weight with your bicep muscle. So what I like to do, and what a lot of the old school bodybuilders like to do, like for example, Serge Ray, the guys with the biggest backs, you know, they never had their form like this. If you're at home and you try this, it is just your bicep muscle working. So the way I like to do this is a little bit outside textbook. What I do is I go right the way forward, I stretch my entire lat out with the weight, and then from here I pull all the way back to into my body straight, I contract, and then I overextend to get a better contraction. So I'm actually going right the way forward and then right the way back. Right the way forward, stretch out, right the way back and contract. That right there, guys, is 1,000 times better than building a bigger back. The muscle activation, doing it like this, is far superior to doing it textbook form. So I'm going to show you an example of exactly how I do this exercise. Right the way forward, stretch, overextend. Is my tip number 3. Alright guys, tip number 4 for getting a bigger back is perform rack pulls in your back workout as often as you can. Now, deadlifts and rack pulls are pretty similar. However, rack pulls, you're doing it off some racks. So there's going to be less leg involvement, and you can overload the weight with more, you can overload the back, with more weight. That's why I find it is superior to deadlifts for building a bigger back. Now don't get me wrong, deadlifts are still a great exercise. I do deadlifts, quite often, but the majority of the time I do rack pulls. And reason being, you can overload the back with more weight and there's less leg involvement. Now I'm not training legs today, I'm training my back. That's why we want to put all the stress and all the activation on the back. Another quick tip is you want to overextend and roll your shoulders back. Now, when a lot of people do a deadlift or a rack pull, they just focus on standing up like this. And what that's doing is working the lower back, and the upper back is being worked by time under tension. The weight is pulling on the muscle. However, what I like to really focus on is getting the contraction. So when I do my deadlifts or rack pulls, I pull it up and then I roll my shoulders back and get a contraction of the back. So I got this on every rep. So from a side view, you notice I just really pull my shoulders back. And what that does, you just activate the entire upper back. And there is so much more muscle activation when you do this little roll back compared to just standing up with the weight. Now, I'm doing this in a Smith machine. Normally I do it free weight in the rack over there, but someone's using the rack, so I'm doing Smith machine today. Anyway, I'll show you how I perform this exercise. Just watch my form, notice how I really focus on that roll back. Great exercise. Now I'm not going super heavy on this one, I'm just showing you guys how to do it, but another tip, like I said before, rack pulls allows you to overload the back with so much more weight compared to a normal deadlift. there you go guys, that is tip number 4. Another quick tip, all these bonus tips, wear some Versa grips. It allows you to overload with more weight and you don't lose the grip on your forearms. But I only recommend using these when you're going super heavy, not on light sets. So I probably shouldn't have used it on this one. There you go guys. Alright guys, and this is tip number 5. Now this is an exercise that not many people do, and the tip here is do exercises that involve the smaller muscles in your back. Now when you're doing your heavy deadlifts, your heavy rack pulls, your barbell rows, your dumbbell rows, and all these various exercises, your bigger muscles are taking over the majority of the lift. So your lats are always being the main muscle working. And your little muscles in your back hardly get activated as much. So the tip here is do exercises that really activate the small and weaker muscles. So right now I'm doing reverse cable fly standing, holding both cables in opposite hands and pulling away from my body. What this is going to be doing, it's not really heavily working the lats, but it's working the smaller muscles in the back, such as the middle and lower traps. It's a great exercise for really building that detail, providing that your body fat is low enough. Obviously that's going to come down to your diet, but this is a very good exercise for really developing your back. So right now I'll show you how to perform it. You want to grab each handle, you want to stand back, and just pull away from your body. Now you cannot go too heavy on this exercise because it is only the smaller muscles in your back that is moving the weight. But if you want that good back detail, this is an exercise that you definitely want to be including in your back routine. And there you go guys, that is my top 5 tips for developing a big back. I hope you learn a few things, and if you need help with a personalized meal plan or a workout program to build muscle or burn body fat, I'm more than happy to take you on as one of my online clients. Just visit my website, josephrakicfitness.com, or click the link in the video description box down below and you'll go to my 12-week transformation program page, where I create you a meal plan, a workout program, abs routine, cardio routines, 24/7 customer support. I supply everything that you need in order to get your results. And I'm so confident that you'll get results by following my meal plans and my workout programs that if you don't see any results in 14 days or you're not happy with your results, I have 100% money back guarantee. So you guys literally got nothing to lose apart from body fat. That's your goal. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because every day I drop new videos. Thanks for watching guys. I'm gonna go get something to eat and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you're still here guys, don't forget to go and follow me on Snapchat, because every day I put up new training videos there and do daily Q&As where I answer you guys' questions. So add me on Snapchat, my name is Joseph_Rakic, or just screenshot that image right there. Thanks for watching.